right before they would use them, they would shake the bombs to get the
Oh, that's diabolical.
Hornets really pissed off. Then they would lob the Hornet bomb.
Imagine somebody being like, I got something for you.
Eggs, why?
We're trying to learn how Pookie lean.
What?
Pookie lean.
What is that?
It's Louisiana.
Oh, I know they be doing the jump where they be like jumping on their heels and shit. They be like doing this shit right here. That shit? Or is that?
Oh no, I know what you're talking
That
about.
shit
Oh yeah,
like-
for a second, yeah. They do be doing that. Yeah.
I don't
You gotta hit that bit a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. You hit it enough for me to not know what it was and then understand what you're doing.
Type
So
shit.
you actually kind of hit that bit a little bit.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
I
did.
ain't
You
gonna
did.
lie.
No, that's
that
solid.
shit gonna get clipped. Hey man, and today we got insane ancient weapons from world history. You already know the vibes. You should check out my stuff.
Not yo.
You should check out Stanley's stuff.
Stanley live.
Hey, let's just get this going.
Humans have been fighting with other humans since the beginning of time, and while we've gotten pretty good at offing each other in very creative ways, we didn't start off with bullets.
Damn.
So here are 7 insane.
This ugly as hell.
He's chopped.
Oh my lord.
The person behind this channel does not look like that.
Good God.
Ancient-
Actually, they might have. They chose this instead of their face.
Yeah, cause like your character looks better than you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Damn.
Weapons that were actually used in combat. Mayan Hornet bomb. Okay, so we're gonna start with the primitive weapons first, and then work our
Okay.
way towards more advanced stuff. And this first
Okay.
one is right from Mother Nature herself. The Mayan Hornet bomb.
Freaking Hunger Games ass weapon, bro.
Get the Hornets in the jump. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm assuming they use something sweet, put it in there, and then seal it off.
Do Hornets like sweet shit?
Yeah, Hornets gay as hell.
Was essentially exactly what it sounds like. It was a primitive bomb that contained a swarm of angry hornets that, when released, would viciously sting whoever
why
was
are we
near
going
them.
past the-
Hornets are actually known to kill up to 50 people a year in present-day Japan, so they
can't die by
definitely.
Hornet.
Yeah, cause they got the killer hornet jaunts.
Oh, they got the big
them
Jones.
big John, them chimera ant
Actually, I
jaunts.
can't die to that. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
What? Are you serious?
Definitely can be dangerous, and the Mayans figured out how to weaponize these ornery insects to inflict maximum pain on their enemies.
Okay, they just
You may
told
be
them to
now
get in.
wondering,
Okay,
what's
cool.
the difference between a bee and a hornet anyway?
Who is wondering that? I feel like the answer to that is quite literally extremely
Black Air
obvious.
Forces, white Air Forces.
110,000%. East side, west side. You know what I'm saying?
Pistol, Glock with a switch.
You know what I'm saying? HEB, Walmart.
Wait, hold on. I shop at Walmart.
We know. We could tell.
Walmart is a great place.
It's not HEB. I go to Walmart and start clutching my pearls, bro.
I go to HEB and start worrying about false allegations.
I go to Walmart and start locking my door multiple times as I'm walking away.
I go to Walmart and look for the DEI. Oh wait,
You
no.
said, yeah! Walmart ass.
Aren't bees our friends, pollinating flowers and stuff? Well, size for one thing. Hornets are bigger, and unlike bees who are pretty much vegan, hornets like to eat meat. But
Ew.
probably the biggest difference when it comes to being used as a weapon, bees can only go on kamikaze missions and die when they sting something. Hornets, on the other hand, can shank you with their venom-filled stinger as many times as they
That's sensual. This,
want.
That was
Now-
romantic.
no cap.
Now, you can't just pick up a hornet's nest and hold it until you're ready to use it without
Katniss did.
expecting to become a casualty of war yourself. So the Mayans not only had to figure out how to collect the hornets, but also how to keep them alive and store them safely so they could be used in battle.
Okay.
They would carefully transfer the hornets from their nest to clay pots or gourds using smoke, and then seal them in with wax or clay.
Nah, this still doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna lie. If I got like a whole like smoke thing, they would have to block. You get what I'm saying?
No, it
Like, if I
kinda-
light this room on fire, yes, you're gonna exit this way. You get
Yes.
what I'm saying? But if there was no door and I light this room on fire, you would exit that way. You would exit that way. You would go this way.
I'm assuming if 100 hornets are flying in the air, they get like 20. Like it's not the whole jaunt. And also like cause like if you light this room on fire, I'm going into the hallway, but I'm also going out the front door. Like there's an obvious place that makes sense to go.
Right, but we're talking
and
about
I think,
nature.
No,
Like-
no. I think to the hornet brain I'm assuming, bro.
Okay. Let's say it was a hornet right there. You see what I'm saying? You see this tree
Yeah.
outside your crib? How is you putting a smoke under that bit go get a hornet inside of this?
I think
you get what I'm saying.
No, I don't. I think
What?
I think they put sweet shit in the gourds, bro. I think they're leaving that.
I
out.
don't. They said that they eat meat.
Yes, but bugs are still attracted to sweet shit, anyways.
I don't think hornets going for nothing sweet. I don't think they're going for nothing sweet.
I could not have had this conversation with you anyway, because no matter what I would say, you get into a mode where you have a conversation only for the sake of the bit.
I'm being so dead ass.
Yes. Stanley, they put sweet stuff in the gourds. Man, they ain't going for nothing sweet. Then why are we having the conversation?
No, I'm bringing factual information into the, I said the joke, but they literally said that they're carnivorous. Why are they eating sweet shit?
There's like honey, like
they're omnivores.
I feel like it's universally a bug thing to get attracted by sweet shit. Am I bugging? That was ass. That was whack.
Holes so the bugs could breathe. When the time for war came, the Mayan warriors would carry these pots and gourds into battle, and right before they would use them, they would shake the bombs to get the
Oh, that's diabolical!
hornets really pissed off. Then they would lob the hornet bomb.
Imagine somebody being like, I got something for you.
It looked like you just threw your kids. And that's what the clip looked like. That's OD.
Don't give them ideas, bro. Nobody was thinking that, bro.
I'm the one that clips this stuff.
Don't give people ideas, bro.
Their enemy. The bomb would break open, and instantly a swarm of angry hornets would fly out and start stinging whoever was near them.
That's so crazy.
The Mayans also used these hornet
Imagine they threw about like 5 of those at the same time too. Boy.
bombs in booby traps. When defending a position, they would create dummy soldiers with the hornet bomb placed as the decoy's head. They would then dress the dummy with warrior headgear and position them in key locations. When their enemy would charge in and try to club one of these dummies on the head, the gourd would
for falling for that? Like, are you serious, bro?
I ain't gonna lie.
That's the type of ninja in Naruto that will fall for a paper bomb.
No cap.
split open, and the attacker would be greeted with
Tsunade's brother-ass soldier, bro.
the face full of angry hornets stinging their eyeballs. Poop.
Skip this one.
Yeah.
Type shit.
2 for 2. You on the roll today? That was also because on a roll.
Yeah, I'm not watching this though. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's gross.
Or option C, a bamboo branch. What? This was the choice of Qi Ji Guan,
Say it. Oh, I was gonna tell you to read his name.
one of China's greatest
Shut up.
military strategists. The wolf brush wasn't just any branch. This was a 13 to 16 feet long shaft made of ultra-hard tortoiseshell bamboo that weighed around 9 pounds.
Okay.
This bamboo was toughened up even more with tongue oil and then fire hardened. At the end of the wolf's brush was a spear tip and branches that were intentionally left on the bamboo.
Damn, this don't sound like something you gotta go and get resources for on like an RPG game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no,
all of the things.
chance it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Each branch's tip was dipped
It's something you get after like beating a panda boss.
No cap, bro. You cannot find this on just any loot drop.
in a lethal poison. The wolf brush was used mainly in a defensive position known as the Mandarin Duck Formation. Supported by soldiers armed with spears, swords, and shields, the brush holder would thrust the bamboo spear at enemy attackers, trying to prick them with one of the poisonous branches. Say ni hao to my little...
Is that racist?
Nah, I rush hour, so I actually think I'm good for this one.
Stanley, why'd you do that, bro?
My hands didn't move this whole time.
That was Stanley. That was crazy, bro. Stanley, that was a crazy sound effect to play, bro.
My calmness is why people
that was absolutely insane, bro. I don't know why you would do that, dude. Like, that was OD racist, bro. You did it again, bro. Gang. We gotta have a conversation.
First of all, me and Jackie are like this.
Who?
Jackie.
Who? You gotta stop.
Yeah,
doing
you
that.
thought it was. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say it on cue, layman.
Friend. While it was large and kind of unwieldy, the wolf brush turned out to be extremely effective, as once the people getting hit by the poison branches started passing out, the enemies would try to stay away from it. Some designs were even said to be able to fend off arrows, so it was also good for defense. The wolf brush also required virtually no training, as it was basically just a long stick. You basically just waggle.
That is quite literally the most primitive, like, of human, like, thing, like,
And
stabbing
they wouldn't
things.
even give us that against the gorilla.
That's what I'm
Show
like,
you who really stronger.
the big bamboo stalk at people's faces and hoped for the best, and it usually worked out. Eventually, the bamboo branches were upgraded to iron branches, which made them even more effective at slicing and poisoning the enemy. Urumi whip sword. This one seems like something a kid would come up with when designing their own superhero, but it's real, and it was deadly. Invented in the 11th century in southern India in a region called Kerala, the urumi whip sword is basically exactly what it sounds like, a cross between a sword and a whip. The urumi featured a standard sword handle that was connected.
Japanese racists going crazy with this back in the
Indian. They said Southern Indian.
No. I'm saying though, if a Japanese racist or a white racist person with Japanese origin, they would have went crazy with this because like Indians weren't enslaving black people.
Oh,
you know what I'm
are you saying
like
Japanese people are the only people to use swords?
No, I'm saying that it would take like a good swordsmithing, and I feel like this is closer to a samurai sword. The Japanese specialize in samurais.
Okay.
Get your hand away from the freaking button. Get your hand away from the button, bro. Put the phone away, bro.
I was only gonna let that bitch play it and put my hands like that.
To one of more flexible metal blades that measured 3 to 5 feet long. Some models had up to 32 blades. The
32?
It's 32 in the clip. Who said that? It's 32. I think that's 6'9". I think it's like Skull Gang. It's 32 in the clip. Actually, you can play it. I'm just gonna Google this real quick.
Type shit. Yo, bro.
I'm still typing. How would it be?
Yo, bro. That's crazy, gang. You gotta stop.
urumi was used differently than a standard sword. Instead of trying to chop someone's head or arm off with one blow,
Oh! No. It's Pop Smoke. It's 32 in the clip.
See, when
New
you
York.
say that,
New
yeah,
York.
okay,
New York.
okay,
New York.
okay.
New
New
York.
York.
the user would instead swing the blades around like a whip, trying to slice chunks from their enemy. The flexible blades made it difficult to defend against. If you held up a shield against an urumi user, chances are the blade would just wrap around it and cut you in the arm. Skilled urumi users could whip around the blade so quickly they turned into a spinning ball of death. Now, this seems great, until you realize that flexible blades can also flex in your direction. It was just as easy to cut off your
Focus. Focus. Focus, bro.
Yeah, my fault, bro.
Stop doing that shit, bro.
Yeah, no, my fault, bro.
toes or chunks of your legs when using.
You wasn't with the music. Okay, wait.
Flex in your direction. It was just as easy to cut off your toes or chunks of your legs when using it. This is why the urumi was the last weapon taught.
I don't know.
All the budget of this video went to this part right here.
That dude, you can't animate a whip stiff.
Yeah.
It defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah.
to young warriors. Mastering the urumi was challenging, but if you were able to do so, you would be virtually untouchable on the battlefield. Plus, you look freaking cool when you use it. Tianbing Jian.
What?
Okay, this one might be my favorite one on this list. The Tianbing Jian, or Heavenly Soldier Arrow, was
Hey, the music hitting, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
a weapon used in ancient China that was
Huh? I wish I could hear it.
essentially a kite loaded with rockets and bombs. The Tianbing Jian was a huge war kite that measured around 9 feet by 4 feet, made of straw and wood. It would be loaded with a rocket
this was
pod
the
that contained
first ever-
100 rocket arrows and a few dozen bombs. The rocket arrows were essentially normal arrows with
That's what the in Kung Fu Panda was using, bro. Lord Shen.
Nah, he was using cannons.
Oh, I haven't seen the movie in a minute. Telling me you couldn't like inner peace.
Nah, I could definitely catch a cannon.
You know what I'm saying?
You think you can catch a cannonball? On some shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's all about like going with it. So, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta go with it. You see how I let it slide off my body and then caught it. You know what I'm saying? Ready? Damn, catch it.
All right, touch it. I threw it way softer.
Come on, bro. It's a cannon.
Take.
All right, lock.
Lock.
Ready? I'ma sling this.
All right, take shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll try to do this up like all for one just now. I ain't gonna lie.
I threw mine way softer, bro.
Look, bro, I got you.
Back to the video. Back to the video. Back to the video. Back to the video.
With a bottle rocket strapped to it. When lit, they would fly toward their target at insane speeds. This war kite was mainly used in night raids. A long, slow-burning fuse connected to the rocket pod was lit, and the kite flyer would fly the Tianbingjian into an enemy fort or behind enemy lines.
Crazy.
The goal was to get the kite in position near the sleeping enemy before the fuse.
You know what's the scariest part about this? Like, now if we get attacked by something, we kind of know what it is. Like, you see something in the distance blow up right here, you're like, damn, that's a, I don't know, B-O-M-B. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or if you see like something right here catch on fire, it's like, dang, that's TNT, grenade, something. If you hear a shot, you're like, oh, that's a gun.
Okay.
In these times, bro, barely anybody knows
I don't even know what
the
a kite is.
You get what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So all of a sudden, you just chilling, the lights start, like the sky start lighting up. You like, oh, this hurts. I'm dying.
This
right
hurts. I'm dying.
Like, that's so crazy.
Is that a bird? Like, you know
they
what I'm saying?
don't know what's
Type
happening,
shit.
gang. They
Type
just think
shit.
like God was like, it's your time.
But you know what's crazy though? I'd still take that over having to go against a drone, bro.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's terrible. And drones sound scary.
Or shit, they got the pigeons now. They got the
pigeons?
pigeons now. Yeah. Like the birds that you be seeing and shit, they don't be birds.
The bird right there. The bird literally right there.
It's probably not a bird.
Wait, I'm not like
W-dogs.
there's a bird right there on that light post.
Now, ask yourself, why would a bird need to even be on that light post?
For a nest.
Nah. There's no shade up there. It won't hide them from
Yo,
the
Stanley
environment.
doesn't pay his taxes.
I'm telling you.
If they wanted that information, I'd just figure it out.
it is a bird up there. I thought you was playing.
No, I'm dead ass. There's a bird right there.
Yeah, see? That shit not acting like a bird, though.
All right.
reached the
bro.
rocket
scaring
pod.
shit.
Because the kite was flown at night using nothing but the wind, it was silent and could enter into enemy territory completely undetected.
That's
The
terrible.
Chinese were the ones who discovered gunpowder, so these war kites were
Oh, they were the first ones.
essentially the first
See?
bombing raids in human history. There was also another version of this war kite called the Tian Lei Pao, which instead of a rocket box, used a death row convict strapped to the kite armed with rockets and bombs. The convict's job was to fly into enemy territory on the kite and manually launch the rockets and bombs
Yeah, I'm not doing that though. I'm on death row. I'm gonna die anyway.
in a kamikaze mission. At least these inmates got to go out with a bang. The Claw of
Oh,
Archimedes.
look, he did it in the video too. Look.
Huh?
Look.
Go out with a bang. The
That's so stupid, bro.
Claw of Archimedes. It's the tail end of the 3rd century BCE, and the Second Punic War between Rome and Carthage is causing
Okay.
chaos and collateral damage throughout the Mediterranean.
Now,
Caught in the
Punic
middle
War
of
is
this
one my
war
favorite
was one of
wars to
history's
discuss.
The what?
The Punic War is one of my favorite wars to discuss. Real shit.
I don't even know what that is. Why do you know that?
You don't know about the Punic War?
Punic War was that?
The war between the left and the right.
I'm over here thinking you know what the you're talking about, you piece of shit.
greatest minds in mathematics and engineering, Archimedes, who was living in Syracuse, a city on the island of Sicily. Sicily was a highly valued strategic position for both the Romans
Shut up.
and Carthaginians, which made it
I can't believe
a
I
prime-
freaking believed you, bro. I can't believe I believed you, bro.
a target for both armies.
You know I hate history.
I just,
I know I hate history.
it just sounded so convincing.
So in 214 BCE, the Romans arrive at Syracuse and begin a siege. The people of the city turn to Archimedes to come up with a plan, a weapon, anything that could help stop the Romans from invading their city. So, like an old-timey Oppenheimer, Archimedes put his big brain to work and came up with one of the nerdiest weapons of ancient history, the Claw of Archimedes. The Archimedes claw was essentially a giant crane that was mounted onto the city walls. Attached to the crane was a giant hook or claw that was large enough to snag onto Roman ships. When the Romans sailed too close to the wall, the crane's claw would be dropped onto the ship, hoping to hook something on board. Once the claw was secured, the crane would lift the ship into the air, tossing its crew into the water.
That's such a what's the word? Emasculating way to go, bro.
But I'm just on the jump like these though.
Please don't break my door.
Like, how do they fall off the ship?
I ain't gonna lie, that shit low key bent a little bit.
Bro, this door could. But yeah, I'm.
The ship would then be released, and with luck, it would capsize or be destroyed from the impact and sink to the ocean floor. Archimedes also reportedly created a solar death ray out of mirrors.
About smart as
Focused the sun's energy onto the wooden Roman boats and set them on fire. The Romans became frustrated by the effectiveness of Archimedes' inventions, and orders were sent from top commanders to find and capture him alive once they were in the city. A brilliant mind like Archimedes designing weapons for the Romans was a dream for these generals.
I would OD watch a 2-season anime about that. Like
the being too smart and like trying to catch him.
Infiltrate and like catch that. I would OD watch that. I'm not gonna lie.
Bruh, Vinland Saga is like the first ever manga that I ever finished in my life.
Oh,
the first and only.
Oh, word.
Actually,
First
and
only.
only.
Right now in this is so aside from the topic. This is not talking about. Right now in the Discord, PJ is watching Vinland Saga for the first time.
That's peak Saga.
And Deej and Tyler are like going through it with him. He hates it.
Does that like anything? Does he like anything? Does anything make the nigga? What's his favorite anime, bro?
He likes.
What's his favorite anime?
I got no idea.
Which one did he like?
Call PJ. I don't got motion.
Your call has been forwarded.
He on a date.
Not like him. Hate.
He doesn't like. He's not the best. He's not a fan of it. He's not a fan of it.
All right, bro. Don't piss me off.
Unfortunately for everyone, the Roman soldiers didn't really know what Archimedes looked like. When they finally entered the city, one of the soldiers found an old man studying in his room. The old man rudely told the soldier to get out of his house, and the soldier, annoyed by the disrespect, responded by killing him on the spot. Oops. Turns out that old man was Archimedes, and the Roman...
Oh my God. I know he died in the... I know this soldier died in the most brutal... Oh my gosh,
his corpse did not have toenails.
No.
Yeah.
Him and his family both perished after that, bro.
Hey man, that's gonna be the goddamn video. I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to check out my stuff.
Nah, yo.
Be sure to check out Stanley's stuff.
I don't need no ancient weapons because these work eternally in it.
And that's gonna be the video.